Hey guys, how you doing? Sincere here from whoissincere.com and also secretnewworld.com and newaccountaktivation.com. Um, just coming to you today trying to bring you some of these photos that I've been promising for a while now. I've debated whether I should actually release all of them and actually even do this video for a while because I'm working on my secretnewworld.com website right now and bringing this new economy, this new system to people. And I don't know if this is all of the attention that I'm, really looking forward to, but I've been feeling it pressed on my heart lately that I need to get this information out there. It's been hampering with the other reports that I do actually on beforeitsnews.com because I keep thinking about this one. So I want to show you guys what I found. You guys let me know what you think about it. Again, this is April 17th, 4/17, 2014. Okay. And roughly about 5:20 in the morning, between about 5:20 and about 5:30. I think I have a couple shots after that too. Um, this is what I want to show you guys, and this is to me, this is groundbreaking. I've never seen this anywhere before on the earth. Just to be honest with you, I've seen. I went to YouTube and looked at all kinds of UFO videos and stuff, and did as much research as I could, but um, I never got a chance to see on any of the YouTubes. I mean, feel free to share them if you find them. Something that looks like not only a portal, but actual unidentified flying activity around this portal that appears to be moving, and then it turns into this really dense cloud, and it's the most amazing thing you would ever want to see. And I'm telling you, witnessing this thing, I surely thought that someone else in my community would see the same thing that I was standing outside watching, because I normally work late nights, at home on the computer. So I just went outside to go take a breath of air a couple times, and it was a clear night, and it was a beautiful night. And just to be honest with you, I was using my bathroom. Was inside one of those times using my bathroom, and I heard a little bit of a rumbling. I live by a road, so it kind of sounded like one of the trucks that normally go by. But then I heard like this it's almost inaudible high pitched sound, I guess you could say. So it alarmed me a little bit because it's not a sound that I'm used to normally picking up in my ears, and it was more of a sound that I not even really picked up in my ears. I kind of like felt it. It felt internal. It was really weird. But needless to say, I looked out my window. I was in my bathroom, and then I looked out my window, and what I saw in the sky almost made me fall over. Um, all I could do is run, get my camera. I went and took video first as I was walking out my door. Then I took photos, and then I also went upstairs within that time and got my uh, got my lady friend, and I had to wake somebody up so they could see it too. So she witnessed it with me as well. So I have photos, videos, an eyewitness. Um, I don't know what else to offer. I've offered the story to NBC, and they have not taken it. They said that they would forward it to their front desk, NBC Philadelphia, and nothing ever amounted of that. So I've waited a whole month now, and I did promise my word. I said that I would wait for them a month. I did wait a whole month, and nothing has come of that. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward and show you guys what I witnessed over Millville, New Jersey on the morning of April 17th, 2014. We'll go ahead and go through the photos first. Okay. Now, this is the moon. All right. And what I witnessed looking out of my window, and this is the back of my house actually. I'm just this here is the tree line. All right. Now, this here I'll explain this here in a second. But this is what caught my eye. This is the only thing that caught my eye that night, or morning, I guess you could say. It was still dark out, but morning time. I never saw anything that reached from above the moons, or the moon, not the moons, but reached from above the moon and the stars. And literally, I mean, it has a wide mouth at the top, a wide flat mouth, and the curvature is of a. It looks as if there was a downdraft and a speeding. Oops, there you go. Put that back. And a speeding towards something. Okay. Now let's go through more photos. All right. Now, if you want to pay attention right here, let's go to the last photo. All right. Like I said, 4/17/2014. This one was at 5:21 and 23 seconds. So let's go to the next one. You'll see how far apart they are. Now, if you look at the first one, you'll see that there's a little anomaly here. There's an anomaly here. All right. We don't know what these things are. Becomes more relevant here and here too. All right. Same thing. This is moving actually further away, and this is kind of maintaining the same distance, if you will, from the moon and this light source, whatever it was or is. All right. Now, I took this at multiple angles from my backyard because, one, I didn't want anybody to say I was lying about what I was seeing. If you want to know what I took this with, I have a Nokia Lumia 1020. Do believe it is the best camera phone on the planet right now, 41 megapixels. Uh, People actually use this for wedding photography and events and stuff like that. So, I mean, this is a super. I mean, it has a very, very good lens on it. Very, very good lens. Um, the video portion, it has very good video too, but it's known for its pictures. The pictures are just, I mean, you can't ask for better pictures out of a phone, just to be honest with you. So this is taking a really high resolution. If anybody is interested in actually getting the physical photos from me, the actual files themselves, because the resolution is like 2000 by 2000 and 3000 by 3000. I mean, these are really, really, these are pretty high resolution photos. The pics are about anywhere between a megabyte and a half to about 3 megabytes, I would say, for some of the photos. And I don't quote me on that, but I believe that's about the size. So they're really high resolution photos. What you're seeing is just a small example, but here's my complete backyard right there. Again, you'll see the moon here, and you'll see above the moon we have this swooping light. I mean, it seems to have just cut out of the sky. Everything was so precise and so perfect. Now, what you're going to notice, I'm going to go through these rest of these pictures here. I'm also going to go into the other folder. I lighten these pictures up for you. Now, this is where, things got a little weird here, because not only am I noticing this light and this light, but it's a lot going on. Now, mind you, I didn't see any of this actually when the only reason, I'm going to reiterate this, the only reason that I took these pictures are because, one, it was a completely clear night with the moon. There was not a cloud in the sky anywhere. I can't even say for miles. I can just say for anywhere. I didn't see one single cloud in the sky. I mean, it was an absolutely beautiful night/morning on April 17th. This light, I love clouds and I like looking at the sky. I've never seen a light like this actually shine out of any sky, and especially with the, like I said, with the wide mouth of it from the top, and for it to come down so precisely in a swooping angle, and literally come down into a thin line. I mean, it suggests to me, when you see something like this, a structure like this, or a trail like this, it suggests movement. This could not have been a comet, because comets don't come into the sky possibly 100 miles, or a couple hundred miles long at the top. That doesn't happen. If a comet came into the sky this big, I guarantee you we'd have problems. I don't care where it lands. We're going to have problems. So I'm letting you know there's no meteor or comet or asteroid or anything like that. I can tell you because I've watched all the videos of the comets falling into our atmosphere, how they burn up. They normally burn with a trail um, that is not that does not match the angle of this swoop, nor does it match the width and the trajectory. Like I said, the trajectory that it would normally take as far as a straight trajectory if it was an asteroid or something like that. This is obviously an anomaly that we do not know about. This is something that's a little bit different, and that's why I was hesitant in actually sharing it with everyone, because I know the criticism that's going to come from this. But this is just what it is, guys. I took this with my camera. I'm not, trying to be famous or anything like that. At least not from this, not from UFO stuff. Like I said, I'm working on secretnewworld.com. That's my shifting economy, kind of the shift the economy around and give people a chance at really making some income for their families. That's what I want to be famous for. That's what I want to be remembered by. So this here, this is just something that happened. I get, because you could say now look, it gets deeper, guys. It really does. I haven't even gotten far yet, and I'm already almost 12 minutes into this. Um, you'll see here. Look, if you want to see the magnificence of what I was looking at, you'll see the moon. It's bright, and you'll see the swooping light. I mean, what do you get that's bigger than the moon? And this picture is kind of hard to show this, and also I have no idea what that is or that, but they're still there. And there's another one out here somewhere too. Now you'll see if there was star activity, we'd be seeing stars. Okay? We'd easily be seeing stars, but we're not. Okay, so that tells you something. These are not stars. This is not a star, people. Please do not inbox me and say, hey, that's a star, and that's a star too. I've done my research. These are not stars. I don't know what they are. I'm not going to speculate and say what they are. They can, I'm a Christian, so they could be angels for all I know. I don't know. Do UFOs exist? Yes, they do. I'm a Christian, but I'll tell you now, UFOs exist. Whether they're from this world or out of this world, they exist. There's undeniable proof of it now, and evidence of that's spanned back way before we had the technology or the advanced kind of metals that they, extraterrestrial um, technology uses. They're not even the same metals. So, there is knowledge out there, and there are beings of people out there that do have knowledge that's, well above what we have. I know that from not from YouTube. I know that from being in the military. Anybody that knows my history knows I was in the military, and they know who I am. I'm information systems analyst. I hate saying this and repeating it, but I'm an information systems analyst by trade. I do this computer thing, and I have a secret clearance, or had a secret clearance, and I worked for a general. I was privy to a lot of knowledge and details and events and things like that. I worked in an emergency operations center. I developed a database before Google developed the database of photos and different angles of buildings and things like that. I developed that database for the military. I don't ever talk about those things, and God knows that I certainly wasn't accommodated well for my accomplishments, me and my team. But they're there, and I know that it was used well before Google even came into play. So this is back in 2002, actually 9/11. The first time that my database was used was for 9/11. So I've worked in secret settings and fashions. I know that there's more knowledge out there that the average citizen isn't privy to, and I understand that. So I don't ever try to press that knowledge on people and try to convince people, out of their comfort zone. I believe that kind of stuff is wrong. So I don't, normally tend to do it. I stay away from that. I just know what I know, and I move on with my life. If you believe it, you believe it. If not, that's cool. I'm sure you'll still have a prosperous, good life. But let's keep moving on here. Now you'll see we're at 5:23 in 5 seconds here, and when we first started out, we were at 5:21 and 23 seconds. So we're a couple minutes into this thing now, and we're still seeing the same defined. I mean, this light is, you know, it's glorious. That's all I could really say. I mean, this is what kind of light comes down that's larger than the moon and then condenses itself into this setting, okay? And I mean, completely flat, but still 3D because, like I said, I was catching this from different angles in my yard, and I just couldn't believe it. As you'll see, my truck is over here, my Durango's right here, and the neighbor's car is over here. So I'm pretty much my door is right here where my truck would be, and it's back here in this direction. Now I'm pretty much running from this side all the way over here to this side of my yard and up here and over up here to catch all the different angles of this thing that's in my yard. All right. Now you see at 5:23 and 24, this thing starts to, instead of it being solid white, you start to see there's a granulation that starts to go on. Now, what I notice in the granulation of what's going on, and when I invert this in the video, this is movement. This is not being still. Whatever this is, it's movement. And you can see the color dissipation as I go through the video of the movement of colors that are going through here. How it starts out kind of white, but then you can see from just how the moon has the glow coming off of it. Well, you can see from the glow of what's going on right around this point when I do the video that there's movement in this line, and it appears to be going in a downward direction. Okay, so let's keep moving on here. There you go. And you'll see it even appears to have a blurred look to it. That it started to honestly to just granulate, like, and it was, I can't really explain it to you, man. It was just amazing to look at. It really was. Now this is what happened after a while. If you'll see, that's 5:23. This is 5:29. This thing turns into a massive cloud. And we still have our object right there. You see our object that's right there? Okay. We still have the light that's right there that's been moving. We still have our object there. Now let's see, you know, this object does vary a little bit from the moon. Sometimes it's a little bit closer, sometimes it's a little bit higher up, but it's always kind of in this relative position of being a few degrees, you know, either way right here. All right. Same thing. This is actually the last photo. All right, now what I'd like to do is I want to take you through real quick the pictures of this modified. Oops. Okay, this is lit up. Same sequence. I'm going to go through the same sequence, beginning to end. Look at the magnificence of this. I don't know why I keep messing that word up. I'm sorry. But this is ridiculous. Who sees this? Who even gets the opportunity to witness something like this? This is, I thought that the whole city would be seeing what I was looking at. And I haven't even told you the biggest part of the story yet, just to be honest with you. Okay, here we go again. What's that? It's not a planet. It's not a star. What's that? Do you see this, ladies and gentlemen? This is my backyard. This is in the middle of my backyard. I took this photo. Do you see why it knocked me off of my feet? Now, mind you, my eyes saw this clearer than this camera probably, you know, can ever take the photo. But I just could not believe what I was looking at. Now, this is what I did. I promised you guys that I would explain this a little bit. Okay, this right here, I was inclined to believe at first that I caught something supernatural. Now, I don't ever like to sound ignorant, so I try to stay away from making false claims. All right. So I waited, and I waited for a, a clear night that was comparable to this night right here. And in waiting, I did actually get a perfect night. I'm not going to show those photos, but what I was able to do was take photos of the moon again, almost a month later. Um, and in taking those photos, I was able to reproduce this object. Photos and videos. I was able, in the videos, I wasn't able to reproduce anything. In a photo, on certain settings, I was able to reproduce this object, which leads me to believe that in the functioning of the lens, this is how I don't, look, I'm not a photographer, so I'm not going to give you any kind of technical terms, but from whatever the picture was taking from the moon, there was a glare, I guess you could say, in the best way that I could put the words, a glare of some kind of proportion that happened outside of the camera. Okay? Now, this was caught a few times in the photos, so I didn't tend to really give too much credibility to it. Now, I will tell you this. As far as a glare happening in more than one spot on a photo from a light source, I've never seen that. Whoever gets these pictures or whoever looks at these pictures or whoever contacts me and wants to see these things, you're going to notice the same thing too. You're going to find more than just this glare. I promise you that. First of all, you're going to find this and this. But then at certain functions, you're going to get this, this, and this. You will start popping up situations that weren't there before. Now, there are so many anomalies in this picture that I don't want to speculate on all of them. Like I said, my initially, when I seen this, what looked like a huge, I don't know, like just somebody unraveled a curtain of light or something, and you could just roll down this thing. When I seen this thing, first of all, let me be clear. I didn't see it pop out the sky, but I saw it popping out of the sky. I did not see this when it happened. By the time I heard the rumble and felt/heard that sound and looked out the window, this is what I saw. Okay? And immediately, like I said, I almost fell over, but I went and grabbed my camera and had enough sense to start taping. I immediately started doing actually video first. Then I got about a 40-second clip, 39, 40-second clip of this phenomena. Okay? Now, here we go. You'll see. Clearly, I'm in my backyard, and this is what I'm looking at. Now, I'll also say this, guys. You know, I'm not, I'm just me. So I'm not really sure, you know, these could be stars. Don't get me wrong, because now we've, you know, brightened up the image considerably. So that these could be stars. I know some of the darker anomalies that you will find in these photos are absolutely not stars. Here we go again with the swooping light. Look at this. This is magnificent. Absolutely magnificent, and drops down into the tree line. Like, look at that. And roughly about 6 minutes later, this swooping light turns into a massive cloud. If you ever... Now, let me just end it by... Well, actually, I can't end it because I have to show you the video still, okay? So, let me just say this to you. after all of these events happened, roughly around, I'd say probably about 6:30, um, definitely light outside, maybe 6:45. Within the next hour of this happening, the sky was filled with chemtrails. When I say chemtrails, I watch these planes for the better part of the day fill up the sky, literally formation after formation of chemtrails. I will release those in another video. I went outside and took video in broad daylight, and like I said, I have a good camera, so I was able to document the actual chemtrails being placed right above my house. This is right above my house now, and it was the whole city of Millville that got layered over with chemtrails. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but in April it was still cold. There was no mosquitoes out. There was no, there's no reason for them to drop whatever they dropped on us directly after this incident. I don't know why it was done, but I do know that when you see this chemtrail video, you will be shocked. You will be shocked. I have never seen chemtrails like this in my life. I mean, I've seen them in open photography on YouTube, like when they show them in the big open fields and stuff like that, and it's like massive trails all over the place. I have seen those, but in real life, in little Millville, New Jersey, I've never seen a chemtrail in my life. Just to be honest with you, I've never seen a pattern of chemtrails in my life out here. So this was the first time that I actually witnessed the chemtrails themselves, but that'll come in another video. I'm trying to keep this underneath 30 minutes, so we're going to move right into the actual, where's it at here? Okay, we're going to move right into the actual video. We're going to watch it straight through one time, and then I'm going to invert it, go through it again, and show you what's there. Okay, here we go. Let me get this out of the way for you. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm going outside. I just looked out my window, and something is streaking out of the sky, and I want to see what this is. I had to bring the camera. Oh my God, what is that? Something huge has streaked out of the sky. Oh my God, I can't even get it. Oh my God, it's so huge. What is that? That is not a cloud. I'm gonna. All right. So that's the video just going through regular. What? Well, I don't know what that's about. All right, let me go back to the video here. Okay, I'm going outside. I just looked out my window. All right, guys, let me get this back on. And something is streaking out of the sky, and I want to see what this is. We'll watch it again. I had to bring the camera. Oh my God, what is that? Something huge has streaked out of the sky. Oh my God, I can't even get it. Oh my God, it's so huge. What is that? That is not a cloud. I'm gonna. Okay. Now, let's move from there, and I'll show you guys a little something. I'm going outside. I just looked out my window. And I'll show you guys a little something in the video. I'm going to invert the colors for you. Now, this is, I didn't think of actually doing this until someone pointed out. Like I said, I only did this thing for the light in the sky. But someone pointed out the multiple anomalies that are actually in the video, and once they did that, I got really really, I guess you could say, super excited about seeing the video and playing around with it. So I did just that, and here we go. Let's show you guys. Now we're just gonna get to, I'll show you, we're gonna get to a part here About 27 seconds in, where I'm going to pause it and you're going to see what I'm talking about. The sky, and I want to see what this is. I had to bring the camera. Oh my God, what is that? Something huge has streaked out of the sky. Oh my God, I can't even get it. All right. Now, we are going to stop right there. Okay? Now, what I'm going to have to do actually, oh man, I'm so sorry, guys. There we go. Maybe I'll be able to see it this way. All right. I actually had it preset, but I see that it took my presets away. So let me try to actually bring this thing back. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. Now, if you take a look at this, here goes your moon. Here goes your light. Okay? And here goes the ground lights. There's one anomaly on here that's completely unexplained. And unless you invert this, you won't see it because it was dark out. But I will show it to you. And here we go. You may have already seen it. Do you see the motion? I want you to watch this part of your screen right here. Watch this part of your screen right here, okay? Right there. We're at 27 seconds. Let's go back so you can see it from the beginning. There was a flying up. Do you see it flying up? From this point here, there's a flying up and over. Okay? And a straight, when I say over and then straight up, and then side to side, you guys can see it for yourself. Now, when I say that I was getting glares off of the moon, yeah, I was getting a couple glares off of the moon, but I wasn't getting anything like this. And when I really watched this thing, I was blown away. Completely blown away. And you'll see it stays here for a second. Even with me, now you'll notice this whole thing is moving. So when I'm moving, if it was a glare, then when I move this camera, that glare should bounce somewhere completely different. Okay? Somewhere completely different. But its path is not one that follows the camera path that I was actually taking. So it leads me to believe that this is more than a glare. This is not the path that I was actually taking for my camera. Here we are. It's something that like I said, I never expected to get any of this stuff, guys. But this is 10 seconds of footage that I've showed a few people. They can't explain it to me. I've recreated the scenario, if you will, to a certain extent. It still has not been explained. So whatever it is, it does diversify in color at different points. You can see where the even in the granulation, the colors start to switch around a little bit. So it's an actual physical, well, you know, quote unquote physical property of some sort, but don't know what it is. No clue. All right, so now this is the video, guys. I'm gonna, you know, whoever contacts me and wants to get the actual the actual video of this, it's in very high resolution, so you can play around with it too. I don't mind. As a matter of fact, I might just put something here from my Dropbox so everybody can, get it and play around with it. And it's open information to me. I mean, you know, talk to me about it if you want to get the other shots or something like that. I believe I have a few other shots left, but I really would just like to get this video out there and show people that, yeah, there's more out there. There's definitely a lot more out there. We don't know what it is, but I'm glad I had a very good camera, the Nokia Lumia 1020. I'm thankful for that. That was able to capture these moments. And it's funny, when I bought the phone, I thought to myself, I said, it'd be funny if I caught something in the sky that no one else has seen. And what happens? I absolutely catch something in the sky that no one else has seen. So you know, this to me, guys, it's a pretty big find. It's something that's worth looking into. It's something that does not happen all the time. You don't get lights like that that pop up in the sky all the time. And this is also another reason why I said that the glare aspect of this of that being a glare or anything like that, you'll see the glare drops well off screen from where I'm standing at. It drops well off screen. It's well far away from the light source. The glare is nowhere flying from the ground, coming across, going up, going around, coming down this light stream, staying here, and then disappearing. No, that's not happening at all. These glares that I take, they're little dots right here. There's one there, there. Like, if we go down, you'll see them. They're right there. That's something that's completely different, if you will. Okay? So, like I said, I don't know. Now, this is what I would say could constitute a glare, because I have recreated this and on another night. But I can't get this with all of the dots that I see. So the only thing that I'm thinking is, and like I said, I'm being completely honest. I'm not trying to lead you guys to believe anything that it's not. That's why I'm telling you about the glare off of the moon and what I believe it to be. The only thing that I don't get is, how can you get more than one glare? How does that happen? That wouldn't make sense. And if it did make sense, it would be a line glare. It would be something where it would have different points coming out here and here. It wouldn't be sporadic. And when you take the pictures and actually look at them and blow them up, you see they're sporadic. And this is not a glare. That has nothing to do with a glare. Nothing at all to do with a glare. This is a physical anomaly. It's not even the same light source. That lets you know what's going on right there right away. So there's a lot going on in these photos. There's a lot going on in the video. I hope you guys are brought up to speed. Like I said, this has been in the making since April 17th. I just been kind of nervous as far as putting it out, but now it's out there. Now you guys can play around with it. I'll drop some links down in the description on the YouTube. Actually, I'll drop links for the photos. As far as the video, I'm gonna hold off on that probably until I'd like to actually hold off on something dealing with this, because I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I was able, to capture, and anybody to mess it up in any kind of way. So the pictures, I'm going to go ahead and release those. I'm going to put a link out so you guys could grab up the pictures and play around with them to see if you got the same thing as I got. But at the same time, I want you to look forward to seeing this video. Later on down the road, I'm gonna wait. There's a couple people that I know that are interested in this video, and they want to blow it up and really look into it and get into it. So I want to see what comes about from this video. I really want to understand that light source But I'm gonna release these photos for you guys now, so you can check them out, and I'm gonna put the modified pictures in there too, so you guys could be able to, you know, for you guys that maybe don't have an easy app to do batch files for editing, I'll go ahead and just throw these photos out there too, so you can see, you know, for yourself the magnificence of what was actually witnessed that night. So, like I said, I'm a praying man, and I would like to all think that this has some kind of a spiritual meaning, a good spiritual meaning, as far as for my fellow Christian brothers and sisters. But I am not a naive man either, and I do know that there is other activity out there besides us human beings. So I don't know what the Bible has to say about that. I know they talk about fallen angels. Um, I don't know if the fallen angels are ETs, or, you know, or spirits, or however you will. You know, I've had people that ask me, "Are these orbs? Um, you know, is that a ship off of the coast of the, or off of, you know, in the atmosphere of the moon?" And, you know, things like that. Well, the moon has no atmosphere, but is that a ship that, you know, that's off the side of the moon, and all kinds of stuff? Is this a ship? I don't know, guys. Don't know. That's for everyone to find out and to kind of figure out. If we knew, we would just say, "Hey, you know what? There goes that UFO again. Seen that one last month." But we don't know. None of us knows. But I know what my camera caught, and I'm sharing it with you guys. So share, get the word out there. Let me know if anyone has ever seen a light this large come from above the moon, drop out of the sky, and come down into the land. Anyone, anyone in the world that has seen this, please let me know. All right, hope you guys like it. Don't forget to visit my website, whoissincere.com, also secretnewworld.com. And if you're looking to get started as far as the system for email marketing, I can get you started on that today. And that's at newaccountactivation.com. Um, yeah, it's, you know, there's a lot of different options and techniques out here for you guys to make a good living for yourselves. I work from home. I live home, work from home, and I'm very happy with it. You guys could do the same thing too. So visit my website, specifically secretnewworld.com, get signed up, and also newaccountactivation.com if you're looking to get started today on one of my programs that I actually use every day. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Share the information, get it out there, and thanks for taking the view today. Take care, guys.